Hello again, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of On the Range Podcast with Hogg Tactical and Kelley Defense. I am Mark Kelley from KelleyDefense.com, and join with me, as always, is my co-host and friend from WarHog.com, Rick Hogg. How's it going, buddy?
Man, Mark, it's going great. Big shout out to you, the viewer, listener, for giving us your most precious commodity, your time to tune in. We've got a great guest today. We've got Andrew from SureFire. He brought some goodies with us, so I'm sure he's going to tell us more about what he's got. So, Andrew, welcome to the show, bud.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Just tell the viewer, listener, a little bit about you and kind of what SureFire's got going on.
Sure. Yeah, so my name's Andrew Wright. I've been with SureFire a long time, coming up on actually just past 15 years. I worked in a bunch of different jobs. Right now I'm on the marketing side, but I've been on the product management side and tech support and kind of know a lot about the products and whatnot, and I shoot a lot. So, yeah, that's a nutshell with what I got going.
Awesome.
Brand new. We have our SOCOM 4 series suppressors. I think we talked to you all about it. We launched them at the end of last year. In true SureFire style, we launched them and then started shipping 3 months later. I'm sorry. That's the way it is. So they're actually now finally on the dealer shelves, which is exciting. We're shipping them in quantity. You can find them at all your favorite dealers. The deal is, we're known for a fighting suppressor. And suppressors in general, there's performance metrics. There's sound, flash, size, weight, durability, back pressure, to name a few. Those are the primary ones. Impact shift's another one. Back in the day, for the most part, people are pretty good about that now. So we try and have the best combination of those performance metrics that our warfighters would like. Generally, if you want one of them, you might lose another. Meaning, if I want a super lightweight, super small suppressor, you're probably going to sacrifice some sound, you're probably going to sacrifice some flash, probably some durability, if you want it to be titanium. So the SOCOM, this is the SOCOM 556 RC4 suppressor. Actually, this is the Mini 4. I just realized it's short. The RC4 is a little bit longer. Same basic concept. It's fully Inconel. It uses our SOCOM fast attach mounting mechanism. So there's a big ecosystem of those mounts out there, flash hiders, war comps, muzzle brakes. It's a fast attach mount with very minimal impact shift, less than an inch at 100, and it's 100% repeatable. So whatever that is, usually it's till 6 o'clock, right? The weight is going to bring it down. Whatever that impact shift is, it's 100% repeatable. If you take it off for cleaning or put it on another gun, when you put it back, it's going to hit where it did before. Extremely good flash reduction. So first round and subsequently when the gun gets hot. First round pop is generally something that exists with having a little more flash on that first shot than you do the afterwards. We do really good with the first round flash and even when the cans get hot. This is considered a low back pressure suppressor, so it has 60% less back pressure than our legacy SOCOM suppressors, the one that we originally won the contract with. What that's going to do, I'm sure you guys know, but for the viewers, what that's going to do for you is it's less toxic gas out of the ejection port, right? So that's harmful gas you don't want to be breathing. The gun's going to run cleaner. It's not going to be sped up as much, and it's less wear and tear on parts. And the gun, generally speaking, feels a lot more controllable because it's not being sped up as much. So it's kind of better across the board. We have some changes from the 3 to the 4. The RC3 was our first foray into low back pressure suppressors. Essentially, it was completely open at the front to get the maximum amount of gas out. We had some military end user feedback with some concerns because the vents were wide open to potentially, enemy downrange at distance seeing ignition inside the suppressor. So even though the flash exiting the suppressor was really good, you might be able to see powder burning inside. So these diverters were created to, give you a little bit more blockage from visually seeing inside the suppressor. It still maintains the flow rate through some crazy science geometry stuff that the engineers have worked out. And it's a little bit more durable now at the front end as well. So if you're, getting in and out of vehicles, bumping into doors, whatnot, it's going to last a little longer. They're 100% Inconel, which is a high temperature alloy. They use it in jet engines, Formula One headers, if you ever see them, 15,000 RPM engine, glowing headers, and they maintain their structural integrity. That's the same type of material that these are made out of, so they can get really hot, still be strong. So yeah, I've been yapping a lot. I'm sorry, but
that's great. That's good stuff.
That's fantastic. So like one point, for me with your suppressors is the quick attach.
Yeah.
So a lot of times people are sitting there going, well, run your suppressor all the time. Well, that's great till I go to do a hard range session. Then I'm heating up my blaster, my gun's getting hot. Now I'm wearing 3 gloves to sit there and even hold on to the rail.
Yep. So you can take it off and train.
That's it, man. Pop it off. Hey, stick it back on when I need it.
Yep.
I'm good to go. So, and just to clarify, that's still the same one as you guys have been using. So
for 10 plus more than that years.
So as long as you've got whatever that,
We've got millions of them out there.
Yeah.
Literally.
So that's awesome right there, man.
Yep.
And it's not super crazy
No,
heavy.
not at all.
Again, we're trying to balance all these things. I mean, firsthand, you got a lot of stuff on the gun these days, right?
Oh,
you got at least you have a infrared aiming laser, white light. You got your optic, whatever it is, probably a magnifier. Nowadays, thermals. You got more and more stuff, and it adds up.
Yep.
So we're trying to be, one, you have to be durable and reliable. It's got to last, but we're trying to minimize the size of it, the weight of it. All of it matters. And so, like I said, you slide these sliders and it affects something else. And we try and have the best, combination of all those attributes from a warfighting perspective.
Yeah, and the other part is, because I can remember early on eating all that gas. And it comes to a point where you can't even take effective shots because this thing is just eating so much crap in your face.
Yep.
It's like, so that's huge right there. So good job on that one.
No, it's awesome. This is, like I said, this is the Mini. We have a full-size variant. So the first 3 that we're launching, 5.56 RC4, 5.56 Mini 4, and then there's a 6-arc Mini suppressor, which is, 6-arc's popular caliber right now on the mill side, also on the commercial side as well.
Yeah.
And so we have a suppressor purpose-built for that. And we will follow on with various calibers going forward. But.
And just to hit on the Mini, so comparatively, we get the Mini, so obviously we're going to lose a little bit.
Yes.
So we're going to get that weight reduction.
Yep.
But we're going to get a little bit more sound.
Yep.
On the backside.
Yep. You're exactly right. I'm sorry I missed that. So yeah, the compromise is you're going to lose a little bit. It's like 3 dB of sound and a little bit of flash. So if you want ultimate in both of those, then get the longer suppressor.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I think the Mini is outstanding. It depends on who you are, what you're doing, and also what ammunition you have. If you're from a very high-end unit, you have good ammunition, that length for the flash doesn't matter as much because there's flash retardant in the powder. If you're shooting M193, M855, you're going to have a little more flash.
Yeah.
And so you might want a longer suppressor.
Right.
It just depends. And if flash doesn't matter to you, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is it. We've really come a long way on flash since the first SOCOM suppressors, and so these are outstanding, man. Even on short guns, we used to say, Barry, who designs all of our suppressors, he used to say that the Minis on the previous generation were only for 14.5s and longer, and that was primarily for flash performance. But these are so good that we're saying, you can run them on SBR, so 10.3 like Mark 18 and up, you're good to go with the Minis because they're absolutely adequate on the flash side.
Awesome.
Also, brand new, we have our Scout Light. This is a Turbo Scout Light Pro. It's an iteration. We have a bunch of different Scout Light models in the lineup. If you're not familiar with the Scout Light Pro, it's a long gun weapon light. To me, one of the biggest selling points that separates us from some of the competitors is the mounting mechanism.
Yes.
This Pro mount, it's a swiveling mount that you can lock down with that central screw. Out of the box, it ships with both a Picatinny mount and an M-lock cleat, so you can mount it to either rail type. And this specifically runs off of 2 123s and is a turbo beam pattern. Our turbo beam pattern is a narrow, far-reaching. It's meant to be maximum candela as far as the beam pattern goes. In lights, there's 2 measurements. Just real quick, I think you guys have gone over this on this very show with Job.
Good refresher.
There's lumens, which is overall brightness. It's literally a measurement of overall brightness, and then candela is technically peak beam intensity. What it really indicates is how far the light's going to go. So you can have 2 lights of the same output as far as lumens go, but drastically different candela. It really is just dictated by the reflector and the size of the emitter. Anyways, lately in the tactical world, specifically commercial law enforcement, where white light's heavy, turbo beam patterns have become very popular. Sectors in depth, if you're in a room looking through a hallway to another room, having that narrow beam allows you to not lose a bunch of light on the walls, and you can punch through. Think patrol officer, daytime, really bright outside, white walls, but you're looking into a dark building. You can kind of punch through that. Law enforcement deals with a lot of tinted windows, pulling over vehicles with tinted windows. The high candela lights do a good job of punching through those. That's correct.
Yeah.
And then on big pieces of property, obviously you can throw some light downrange pretty far.
Yeah.
So 70,000 candela, 650 lumens. This is an awesome little light in a relatively compact and lightweight package. So,
and the nice thing with that is with your mounting system. So I know for me, I like to sit there and rotate it up so that I'm getting almost in that rail groove to try to keep it as much out of the way, so I've got less of a snag hazard on there. And then you guys are still doing your pressure pad connectors if they want that as well, correct?
yeah, we have one of the best ecosystems of accessory pressure switches and tail caps, so that you can put a switch however you want to activate, wherever you want to activate it.
Yeah.
It looks like it's about the same size as it's always been, isn't it?
Yep,
Maybe
so-
a little bit thinner.
Yep, so for a minute they got bigger. The previous, we call the DFT, dual fuel turbo scout light,
Nice.
had a little bit of a bigger body and a much bigger bezel.
That's what I thought, yeah.
It, from the mill side, there's a pretty big logistical train back in 123, the batteries already. And so this was a request that came from that side of our of the house. And it's an awesome light, especially given, like you said, the size.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, thing's awesome.
Very cool.
And then last up, we have our brand new XC3 subcompact. XC3 was a new handgun weapon light we launched a couple years ago. 123. It was relatively the same size as this as far as the body and the bezel goes, but the mount was for mid-size or full-size pistols. I use one on a 19. I carry them on my daily gun as well as like my competition guns. They're an awesome kind of do everything light. They were 550 lumens and 7200 candela, so absolutely adequate, especially given the size. You have ambidextrous switching, momentary on, or you can tap it for constant on.
Nice.
This particular, the sub, is meant for sub and micro compact pistols. So it's a different rail mounting mechanism, and it comes with some different brackets that fit those smaller rails, those narrower rails.
Yeah.
You can put it on 365s, you can put it on Hellcats, Glock 43, 48, those micro and subcompact guns. We've also changed or updated from the XC3, the power source. It's a rechargeable 123, so it's a little higher output. And so we're able to get 1,000 lumens out of this and 12,000 candela, so a lot more.
Okay.
So it's an awesome little light, given especially the size and the weight and the activation. Like I said, it's the same as the XC3.
Yeah.
Super ergonomic and great
Yeah, I
little
love
weapon light.
I love the trigger on those. It's a lot better than those. I guess you call it a lever. You know what I mean? It's
The
just straight.
the old toggle switches
The old
there.
toggle switches.
Yeah.
And when did this come out?
So we just announced that at SHOT, and we're about to start shipping them next month in true SureFire fashion.
Well, the reason I
and
asked
if it was
is-
up for me, that would not be the case. It's just the way it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only reason I asked is because holster manufacturers, have they gotten a hold of the...
So thank you for your helping me. That's feeding me good information. Yeah. So the footprint is going to be the same as our TLR7, our competitors. We've just
perfect.
done that for, hey man, homogenize, make it better for holster companies. It's better for us. There's more option for our customers.
So
Same
no
thing.
waiting once you get your brand new...
Correct. Yeah, it can drop into TLR7 sub holsters that are already out on the market. The same as with the XC3. It'll drop into any TLR7 holsters for XYZ firearms.
Wow.
Cool.
Awesome. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So-
Anything else coming down the pike? Sorry,
Yeah.
buddy.
No, that's what I was going to ask. What else SureFire got going on? I mean, I know you guys are always innovating, doing stuff. Anything coming up that you can chat about?
Not a whole lot, a lot of people are asking about, ICAR stuff. We are working on that. If you're not familiar, it's the rifle program that we've been working on. We're acknowledging it, but we're not ready for a full launch. We had some solicitations that we've been fulfilling on, so it's kind of people know about it with our 6-arc version of that. Magpul made a magazine for us for that program, and that TDP is available. And there's other companies making mags for it. We just don't want to go too much into it until we're ready to actually, get them out the door and get them in customers' hands. We don't want to, do the same thing that we're doing here, where it's like you announce something and then wait. We're trying our best, man. It's tough.
But
Yeah.
that's part of running the business, right?
Yeah.
So you want to let people know, hey, we got something new coming out.
Yep.
But then people also have to understand we're relying on some third-party people potentially for parts, pieces.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if they screw up the process or they have to change something, then we're sitting there kind of being held back a little bit.
Yeah.
So, I mean.
Yep. And in that side, it's a whole new thing. setting up, building the small quantities for specific end users is one thing, and then full production is another thing.
Yeah.
Maintaining the QC and all that stuff that you want to do.
Yep.
And so there's a learning curve, and that's getting figured out. And other than that, suppressors hopefully get some more SOCOM 4s. Like I said, some new calibers out, hopefully towards the end of this year.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it's a good problem and a bad problem. We have a substantial back order that we're doing our best to catch up on. It's good. It's a good problem to have. We have a lot of customer demand right now, but we're doing our best to catch up on it, which is, again, why you see these delays in launching. And it's like, it's hard to launch this new XE3 sub when we have a certain amount of X300s and Scout Lights that we need to catch up on and these big orders that need to fulfill. So it's a balancing act. That's for sure.
I hear you. Hey, one question I had for you. The 60-round mags you guys used to do you guys still do those?
No, we do not.
Okay.
No, that facility is actually where we're going to be doing iCars. But no, we discontinued those quite a while ago.
Okay.
Honestly, I don't remember the specific reason. It might have just been like a sales volume thing. I think they were quite expensive and not moving super well. They had some limitations. They worked if you PMCS if you took care of them properly.
Yeah.
Clean ammo. There was a quad stack that went into 2 to fit the Stenag mag well.
Yeah.
So it went from 4 to 2. But because it was at 4, you have all these rounds rolling on each other. So if you shot a partial mag, say the 60, and you shot a couple drills, and then you go back and you start topping it off, and especially if you're shooting suppressed, you just pushed all this gunk into the middle of that mag, and that would be a problem.
Okay.
But if you ran them clean and you took care of them and you downloaded them to top instead of topping them off, and you all fresh clean ammo, they ran great.
Yeah.
But they had a little bit of limitations. They didn't like being dirty, if that makes sense.
No, it makes perfect sense. Yeah. Because I remember I was trying to see. We're going to do some aero gunnery stuff, and again, having a 30 round is great. But hey, if I can have 60,
100%,
even better.
Yep.
I think I try to reach out and trying to get some answers. Hey, is it so?
Yep. Yeah, the 100 round. I always said I didn't understand. Like that's the one application. If you couldn't have a belt fed, aerial target, whatever, aerial interdiction.
Gunnery. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be the best application because that magazine size doesn't really matter when you're hanging out of a helicopter. Yeah.
I'm just, excuse me, I'm just looking for the extra ammo.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, hey, I can rip through 30 quick and going, all right, let me find another one here. But, hey, if I've got it sitting there, I can run and go. So.
Yeah, no, unfortunately, they're not around anymore.
Okay.
Magpul's building a good 60-rounder.
Yeah, they got their 60 drum.
These days, the D60.
But again, it's finding space for it, right? So you got one. What if I want a couple? Now I got to find a different pouch, or I got to stick something on the aircraft, or hopefully nobody moves it. So
Yeah, 100%. Maybe someday we'll bring it back, but
Yeah, what a great idea.
No, I got it. I mean, at the end of the day, price point is a little bit higher. Hey, how much demand is out there.
Yep.
And, everyone's always looking for those prices this day and age. So
Totally.
Awesome.
Totally.
Well, I can tell you, no matter what any delays that anybody's had, everything that you've ever brought to us, and you guys have been on the show multiple times, it's just been phenomenal.
Appreciate
It's been an upgrade on everything you've already done, and some of the new stuff is just great.
Yeah.
So give me the website so we can let the listeners know.
It's SureFire.com. Yeah, and just real quick, if you're not familiar with the brand, we manufacture, a lot of our competitors are pushing stuff more and more overseas. We manufacture everything in-house in the U.S. And so, like our own turning center, you can come take a look where we machine all the bodies to these items, machine the suppressor parts, our assembly, everything we do as much as possible in-house. Anodizing, there's a local vendor that we use. With EPA regulations, it's a disaster to try and do anodizing and coating.
Are you manufacturing out in California?
We are.
Oh, it's even worse, right?
We are.
Is that Cal 65 compliant?
It's nuts. It's nuts.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so, but like I said, we even have our own, like for flashlights, we have our own chip shooters. For circuit boards, we do our own circuit boards in-house, which is kind of unheard of. We do as much as we can, so.
Good for you guys on that.
That's good.
Because that's a dying art, right? Everyone's trying to go overseas.
Yeah.
But I would be curious, when the old China virus hit, you guys had to be able to keep doing things.
Yep.
You weren't relying for that overseas supply chain.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you had to be crushing the market on that one.
100%. Yeah, we were full bore the whole time. Yeah. All the only concern at that time was like, traveling, because like we work at the factory. My office is where lights get built, so it's like we were really restricted on, at the time no one knew what was real, what was not, and what was don't want to get infected and bring it back and then shut the whole factory down. But yeah, no, that was we never stopped. We were in the office the entire time, still going.
Yeah. And it was funny because I was going to go out to California. Actually, I did go out to California, like when Newsom opened up the window for like a week. It's like,
how kind of him.
Hey, can you get out here? And I'm like, I'm on my way. and like literally, we're running the course. He's like, we're shutting the state down. I was like, I'm like, what are you guys doing? We're still training. I'm like, Roger that. So,
just
ridiculous.
It is.
Crazy.
It is. Yeah. But
Andrew, always good having you on the show.
Thank you so much for the time. I appreciate you having me.
Yeah, and you're welcome back anytime. So you guys got some new stuff, definitely let us know about it.
Will do.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And all you listeners and viewers out there, make sure you go to ontheRangePodcast.com and check out all the audio and video shows there, because you never know when social media is going to shut us down because we love firearms, we love America. So if you go there, also check out otrcrew.com, because the crew always gets extra content over on the crew members page, Rick.
For the rest of you guys, don't forget, train hard, stay safe, and we'll see you on the range.